in Cheney, Washington. I figured we haven't done a video out here, so figured might as well take you out here live because it's a pretty good reception place here, and there's a lot of old buildings here. So this is a real cool place, and we can do a driving video and also a little walk around. So first, I think we'll go ahead and do a little walk around of downtown down here. There's some cool old buildings here. We're not too far from the railroad tracks, and the train has just gone by, so probably a good time to go and check this out, so you can actually hear me. So, anyways, let's go ahead and check it out, guys. All right, I'm gonna hand this to the camera lady here, since I gotta walk out in traffic here, since I'm right next to the road. Gotta wait for traffic to go by here. Okay. Welcome to Cheney, Washington, everybody. This is a cool little place here. They've got a lot of cool buildings, and we'll check them out. So we're right up on downtown over here. So we're right up on downtown over here. They still got some stuff set up from Christmas here. This is a kind of a neat little place to wait for the bus at. Got some cool stuff here. A vintage place. They got a place called The Basement, which kind of sounds a little creepy. They've got a ramen shop here with the cat. It's the good old smoke shop here. So we're actually waiting for the train, which is just going by. I think we gotta.
Thank you.
You don't got a doohickey? Oh, the doohickey's over there. As you guys can see, this is a pretty cool little downtown corridor there. They got cool trees in the center there. There's a big old apartment complex up on that boulevard behind the main drag over there. There's some really old buildings like scattered all around throughout here. And the one thing about Cheney is you do have Eastern Washington University just like right up the road from here. So we're gonna see lots of old buildings around here because it is a pretty old town. It's just established in the late 1800s. And I've got two buildings I've got questions about whether or not they were the railroad depot, because it looks like there's a building back behind us that looked like it might be where they're trying to rebuild a depot at. Got a really old brick building here. Look at that. And I don't know, they don't have, I'm not seeing any dates on the top of these. So I couldn't tell you guys how old this was, but I'm sure this is early 1900s here. Got lots of cool little businesses down here. You guys can see across the street from us here all the cool buildings over there on the opposite side. Still no dates on these buildings to tell you when this was built. Usually they would have them printed right up on top of the building in the center of it to tell you when abouts these buildings were built down here. It's a modern building here, real estate building. I assume like the gaps in between here are because buildings were torn down or they burned down at one point in time. I'm not sure about the history of downtown Cheney, but if somebody knows, they could drop some info below if they're watching. There's like 87 bars over here. This is like the fifth bar like on this main street. Another pretty old one there. I don't know if this one doesn't have a date either. Oh. This is interesting. About slipped and fell on my butt there. Check out this. This looks like an old building. It's still an old building front here. But it's parking space now. You guys can see down here. They have a door here. Well, it's just got a padlock on it, but it's just open here. You guys can see that behind there is what's behind this door. It's like, hey, let's ask a question. What's behind this door? A parking lot. Oh, look at that up there. This building's got some little cool eagle printing things embedded into the building there on top. Kind of a cool little thing. Here's the grain elevator for Cheney. I believe this is about 3. It's a big grain elevator for sure. With most of the towns out here, basically the railroad pretty much established them when they went through the area with the line. So I'm pretty sure most of the history of this town has railroading embedded into it. This is a pretty old brick building here. This looks like a water power building. It's some sort of city building here, though. Maybe to do with the grain elevator, too. Look at all the giant silos here. Okay, so the city of Cheney, according to the Eastern Washington University thing, was established in 1883. So mid 1880s. This town has been here since. And this is not very far from Spokane. So if you go west out on I-90, and you'll see the exit as you leave Spokane to come over here. And it's like you go around a bend and you're right outside. It's right outside of there, and then you come down here. It's probably about 10 miles down the road from the exit. This is pretty cool. I like this. The top of the building's kind of neat. So we're coming up on the building here that I think is the old train station for Cheney. And I'll show you the other one a little later on when we go back down towards the car or the truck. And here's a little Mexican restaurant if you guys are hungry. I'm gonna walk a little bit away from the road over here. It is a little slick. And I'm also breaking in new shoes, so. So they did at one point in time call this restaurant was called Willow Springs Station. So I'm sure that means that this is probably the train station for the town. Or at one point it was the train station. And BNSF's line is right behind us here. Right there, you can see the cars. It's I think it's double or triple track in here. But this is where I'm sure that this was probably the passenger depot here at one time. It looks exactly like one. And it's pretty much modeled in the same way that a lot of the depots around here are. But if anybody knows for sure, let me know in the comments. It says the Speakeasy. Well, it's doing a whole lot of nothing now. Just a vacant building. To look inside, and just look at through the windows there. It kind of looks like a way an old train station would be laid out inside. It's quite interesting. I'm surprised nobody else has bought this building and turned it back into a restaurant, because it's a pretty solid location, because it's like right off the road over here. So if you go down this way, there's more stuff down here, but it starts to get more and more spread out. So my plan is to just go from here, go across the street, walk up on the other side here. But since we're like right here, check out these old houses on this side. That's some pretty cool old houses here, especially that brick one there. Still very curious about this building. Just from its location here, it seemed to be the depot. We'll walk to this corner, and we'll go across the street. We'll try not to get run over by traffic either. I'll have to wait for traffic here. Looks like a good enough opportunity here. All right, safely across the street. So here's a wider shot of the depot there, and then you guys can see there's a little motel behind there, and then the restaurant, and the grain elevators there. Pretty neat. We'll walk a little bit away from the road a little bit here, just so we're not quite as close to the road noise there. I'm sure you guys are hearing all that noise. It's a busy spot here. Cheney's a pretty hopping place. Another train's coming. I hear it coming, man. Here's Cheney's library. They still got the tree lit up. Pretty cool. It's coming to Spokane. See him just peeking out there. Here's the library. Take a little break here. Here's Cheney's credit union. Coming underneath the building over here.
I said, Bears are gonna win, and I took over a whole chair.
Oh, jeez. There's another pretty old building here. Well, this is a cool little boulevard. One-way boulevard here with just a bunch of old brick buildings here. Pretty neat. The Station Golf. We got Mean Gene's Pizza here. Looks like they got a picture of WWE announcer from the 90s, Gene Okerlund up there. Interesting. Pretty cool. It's got 3 eyes up there. Don't know what that means. Brick buildings are so freaking awesome. Just wish they would put the date on the top of these. Let you know when they were built. We got space for lease down here. Just right central, smack dab downtown, pretty much. Another Little restaurant there. The bake shop and bistro called the Mason Jar. Pretty neat little place. All right, so we're back down here by the truck now. But hey, I think I found our first date on this, on the top of the building here. So looks like that one was 1904 there. So makes sense that this would be early 1900s, 1905, somewhere around there. I mean, we can't just walk by the train tracks without actually walking down here to look at them. It is a little slick, but walk close to the building. There's some more of the grain elevators there. And here are the train tracks. So they've got one that looks like it used to go by the, or I guess it still does, but it just doesn't go all the way through anymore. They've got 76 spurs in here, it looks like. You see, there's the one we walked by earlier down there. So I'm guessing the main line is probably this outside track over here on the far end. Pretty cool. Gotta love trains. Did I tell you guys I love trains? See the backside of some of these. These are pretty quaint. Tell they are wearing their age there. I guess I missed saying hi to you earlier there, Kelly. Walking back up this hill very gingerly now. What? There's another train going by. Hold on a second, guys. We got to get the obligatory train shot, man. I heard it coming. I heard the train horn. Okay, I think we're just gonna hang out here for a minute. I heard the train horn. So, you know, you've always got to catch the train going by in a video, man. But this will be cool when it goes off, but I don't know if that was just them going through another little town there and we just heard it, because I don't hear it anymore. Yeah, it's getting further away, so yeah, they must be going away from us. So never mind. I had to try. It doesn't sound like it's getting closer. Okay. Once again, walking back up this slick, icy hill. I love the sides of these brick buildings. It makes a good wall for taking selfies of yourself. I have quite a few selfies of myself standing beside brick buildings, like so. So that was downtown. So we'll do the old drive-through, and I'll show you some other sites around here, because I saw some cool stuff on our drive through here the first time we drove through. I'm gonna hand this off to the camera lady here. Show the Now I hear a train coming. Figures. Okay.
This vehicle is equipped with OnStar's high-speed 4G connection, but services are not currently active. Press the blue OnStar button to learn more.
Yep, there it comes. It's going towards Spokane. We missed it. Dang it. Oh well. Not gonna be able to get out. Squeeze. We're out. Whew, that was a good walk. So we missed the little clock there when we were walking by it there. I just saw it. I was too busy trying to make sure I wasn't going to fall on the ground. That and looking at buildings. So we'll show you what there is to see here in town. They actually got this is quite a long stretched out town here, so it's not all compact and all shoved into one compact space like a lot of places are. This has got like one super long main drag here. They got a Chinese gardens over here. They got a couple little mom and pop little grocery stores. They have a Les Schwab's here. Their grocery stores are down this direction still. Once we get up around this corner, we'll start seeing the grocery stores again. Getting in this low lane here. I don't know if this one ends up here or not. So they got a Papa Murphy's here, along with some other little restaurants in this little area here. And they got the Yolks Fresh Market right over here. That's one of the grocery stores. They've got an Ace over here. Well, they've got Domino's Pizza over here. I see it down there. To our right. This has got more stuff here than where I live at. But I guess this is probably double the size of where I live, so. They've got a Bi-Mart over here. Right there. Got a little grain feed supply place here. Good old McDonald's. They've got a car wash. Jimmy John's, a Dollar Tree. Like about the only thing that they don't have here is a Walmart. So here, right past the railroad tracks, is basically the edge of town. Then we just have to turn back around and go back the other way. Good old Adventure's first stop here at Mavericks. I believe if you go up this road here, I think it goes right by the edge of the campus for EWU. Which I guess since we're over here, we might as well go take a look at it. This is basically a college town, so there's quite a bit of people here. And it's not that far outside of Spokane either, so like if people wanted to live here and just commute to Spokane for work, they absolutely could, and it would be convenient. I remember a few years ago that this, like, over here was a really good spot for Christmas lights because they had some sort of Christmas light competition, and so everybody had like a bunch of Christmas lights. Well, this goes by their middle school here. This is Cheney's middle school. It's a little sports park here in the middle of the field. So yeah, this does go by EWU because I think EWU is right up here. Lots of apartments down here. There's a bunch of kids. Oh, they're going sledding down the hill over here. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, there's more people over here sledding down this hill. Huh. I guess people know how to do it over here. Farmers not using the field, might well do it themselves. Oh, so here's the football field there. The red field, which is covered in white now. You got the basketball court over there. Bunch of older stuff. I'm not sure. I think this side, my side over here, is where the actual school is, university. University Theater. Washington University was founded in 1882. There's a really old building over there. Like a barn building there. I'm going to circle around. I don't think I could circle around. I think that's actually on campus there. What I'll do is I'll just do this. We'll turn around. You guys know by now this is what happens when we adventure. I see stuff and I go, oh, look at that, and then I'm like, I gotta do U-turns and try to figure out where the heck stuff is. So we'll go back up the street here. Where that little barn is. Anybody coming? Nope. I'm guessing this is part of the campus. Well, you guys can see this really old looking building here. We go past it. That's pretty cool. Whatever it is. We're going to turn to the left here and go up this one street that goes right next to the campus over here. I'm just waiting for traffic. We got one more coming and then we're good. Okay. So here is the campus. Eastern Washington University. They have a little park like right next to the campus. I imagine there's going to be lots of old style houses like right next to the campus too. is a pretty decently sized campus here. Have to turn here anyway. There's another old campus building there. There's where the visitor center is right here. Showalter Hall. I'm not sure how much of this you guys can see. You're kind of on the wrong side, but I'll try to get you guys back on the side so you can see this giant campus building over here. Here's cobblestone. Interesting. There's an old thing here. The building doesn't have steps anymore. Interesting. I'll double back so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. I think we're right on the edge of this now. To kind of like turn around. That's rather nice. Okay, so now you guys will be able to see the cool stuff on the other side there. Take a look at that. There's no steps there now. And there's Showalter Hall right there. That is so cool. Right here is where this is the visitor center, so you guys can get tours of the campus. at that one now. That one's pretty cool too.
Kelly asked if you watch Seahawks or Mariners games.
Yes, I do, Kelly. I'm a big fan of the Seahawks and the Mariners. I was rather disappointed when the Mariners didn't make it to the World Series.
The Seahawks are doing very good.
Yes, they are. Hopefully, we'll see who they get to play after tomorrow.
I know the playoffs were very exciting.
Awesome. I haven't watched any of the games that got played today. I've been out here, so out here adventuring. So,
For Mariners.
huh? Oh, yeah, the Mariners. Yes. Yeah, those games are really, really exciting. Friggin' nail biters, like all the way to the very end. I saw some really cool stuff as we went by one of the places over here. And I got to go back and see it because
Nice little town, good adventure.
yeah, it's really cool. I saw a really cool light setup over here. I gotta go back and see it. It's like all pink. So I think they set it to like Valentine's Day stuff now. But you can wander all over here in Cheney and find like old houses and stuff. There's a lot of different architectural eras here that you can see. You've got Victorian, you've got the modern stuff with the ranchers and all sorts of different buildings. Check out this one here. It's brick. Somebody's house. At least I think it is. And maybe it's a...
Did you get inspired to do some Christmas lights on your place for next year?
Yes, I did. We got to go down one more street, and then I believe that the
Your Christmas adventures were fun.
well, thanks. I appreciate that. That might be something that we end up doing going forward here, like just doing straight up just live stuff during the Christmas time. Came out over here again. I need to get one more street down because that's where I saw it. Down, I think it's down there. Might be this street here. Yeah, it's right there. Here's a Valentine's Day inspired light setup for you guys. Check that out.
Oh, it says sweet.
Sweet. Totally sweet. We're back down here towards downtown again. There's some cool stuff down this backside, on the backside of downtown here. There's another Mexican restaurant here. This is like Restaurant Boulevard down here. There's a big old, another apartment complex right here. Also some other stuff there. This building reminds me of like a miniature-sized Safeway, like the old style Safeway. I don't know if you guys have seen like the 1950s style Safeway buildings. That this building kind of reminds me of that. There's quite a number of old houses on this road here. I'll have to get it for you guys here in a minute. See what road we're on.
Kelly said, I like a vintage look grocery store.
This is 2nd Avenue. Yeah, vintage looking grocery stores are cool. Take you guys down here because I'm going to show you this other building that looked like a railroad building. And also there's, I guess you guys probably can see this Christmas light stuff sticking out up over here too. There's a really cool little Christmas light area over here that we'll look at also. We're going to go up and around it so we can pop you out on. I'll put you guys on the correct side so we don't have to do 17 U-turns.
Good evening, Scutters.
Oh, we're gonna go up a little bit. Good evening. We explored this area one time during Christmas too. This area had some neat stuff down it during Christmas a few years ago. I'm sure there was probably some good stuff up here this year, but didn't have a chance to come over here and take a look at it this year. Do a little cross cut and go off to my left here to get us back down to the road. So I'm going to turn here at Salnave Park. Looks like it's right next to one of the schools over here. Just trying to get us far enough out here so I don't have to do a bunch of U-turns. You guys can see that. It's really cool. I'm just trying to get us beyond it so that I don't have to do no monkeying around. I think we'll be able to make that happen here. Okay.
Kelly said, looks amazing.
Just wait. They got everything it looked like.
Love the light colors.
So there's a building up here that looks like they might be trying to rebuild it to look like the train depot up here. I'll point it out when we get up to it. So this building coming up right over here, that's got some lights on it, that one right over there. That one there looks like it might be a railroad building there. Just curious if it was or not. They've kind of modeled it like one. But we'll get you guys one last drive through the center of Cheney here. Really cool place. A lot of neat old buildings here. Well, guys, I appreciate you sticking around and checking out the live adventure today of Cheney, Washington. And you guys know what to do if you did enjoy it. Smash that like button for me. And share it with your friends. Share it with your friends. Got tongue-tied there for a minute. And, don't forget to subscribe right here to 509 Adventures, because we're marching ever so closer to 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate y'all for your support and all the love on all the videos and such. I appreciate y'all all of your comments too. And go ahead and tell me what you think about everything tonight, and if you have any input on what you want to see going forward. And go and check out the videos on the channel, guys. If you haven't seen a lot of if if you haven't seen a lot of the older ones. I've got over 200 videos out on the channel now, so go and check out something, guys. So as always, my friends, adventure on, and I'll see you somewhere around here in the next one. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.